realtors have hit the panic button.
The housing market is flashing red.
Selling homes outnumbered buyers.
This is certainly a disruption.
I promised you on this video I would tell you as a seller how you can sell in 2025. I'm going to get there, but you need to know what's going on. We're seeing headlines about the housing market cracking. We're hearing warnings from the CEO of Zillow. We're seeing data that says there's way more sellers than buyers. That's all kind of the backdrop, and it's some noise. And frankly, if you're a seller, it's not great noise. You don't like this noise. However, there is a path forward. You might notice there's a couple articles that are encouraging buyers to get in the market because there's some opportunity. So if buyers are getting in the market where there's opportunity, we need to be the pick of the litter, and that's one of the key goals. So let's talk about the data. What am I seeing in the local market? Well, in the first half of 2025, what I'm seeing is pricing on average in San Antonio is probably down about 3% year to date. I looked at some key segments, 275 to 400,000, 401,000 to 650, 650 to 900,000. And you can see the trend lines. In many cases, things have flattened out or even inched down. And what I'm seeing on the ground right now is there's two kinds of listings that are getting activity, getting offers, and getting under contract. The rest of the homes are sitting on the market. The average days on market has increased all the way up to just under 90 days on the market for the average listing. So what kind of homes are getting picked in this challenging environment? When I talk about marketing a home, I always talk about the 3 Ps: the product, the promotion, the price. We're going to talk about how you leverage that to get your house chosen when other houses get passed by. First of all, the product. What I am seeing is that homes that do a little something extra, a little something unique, a little something special, they show a little more care in the preparation, those homes are getting chosen. So in the lower price range, maybe the entry level to 500,000, maybe that's making sure you've freshened up the front yard with mulch, you've trimmed up in landscape, you've put in some flowers, you've maybe painted the rooms that really need attention, you made sure the baseboards are all clean really well, you've done a deep cleaning. It might mean biting the bullet and putting in some fresh carpeting where needed, doing minor upgrades with the least amount of out-of-pocket money that gets you the biggest bang for the buck. As a seller in that segment, what you want to see is when you go onto Zillow or Realtor.com and you look at 10 houses around your price point, well, hey, you better stand out. You better be one of the top 2 or 3 to get picked, because if you're one of the average ones in the bottom 7 in that scenario, then you're going to sit on the market for a long time. That's going to cost you money because you're going to make extra mortgage payments, and when you're on the market a long time, the offer you get will actually go down and you're going to get lowball. We don't want that. Lowball is the enemy of the seller. If you're probably 500,000 and above, how do you stand out? Well, some of these basics around making sure your house is presentable and clean and well appointed are kind of given, but you might think about an extra. Maybe we're going to paint an accent wall on top of everything, or you might even go in with some faux beams in the living room to give the house a little pop that the average house in the neighborhood at that price point doesn't have. Stand out. That's number one. The promotion part, what does that mean? Well, that's me as your real estate professional working to make sure your house is on MLS, Zillow, Realtor.com, all the places. On top of that, I'm going to make sure to use social media. We're going to TikTok your house. We're going to Instagram your house. We're going to YouTube your house. We're going to make sure it's on Google, on my business profile. So it's all those extras and above to make sure your house is getting the maximum exposure. And what tool are we going to do to make sure we optimize all that? Well, you probably heard about our friends at AI. I think Skynet. Hey, but AI is here, and it's a tool that a sharp real estate agent is using in the current market. So we're going to do all the promotional stuff we need to make sure your house gets to the front of the line, so the most number of eyeballs see your property. So what's the third P that I promise? It's the critical one: pricing. Having a great product is a big help. Having super promotion does help. But the ultimate decision that you're going to make that will determine whether your property is going to sell or not is, what do you price it for? So here's what I'm recommending. As your pricing expert, I help you to work and see what the comparable sales are in the neighborhood. What have other homes like yours sold for? Pricing is going to be very important. Now, we've gotten your house ready for market. The product looks great. The promotion is fantastic. You're everywhere. But if your house is slightly below market, you're going to look like a value versus those other houses that haven't done as much work to get ready for the market as you have, that aren't in all the places like TikTok, Instagram, social media, Google, not using AI, and you're going to look more attractive on the price. If that happens, you're going to get your best value because you'll sell with a full offer or something very close to it, and you'll sell quicker. You'll probably save 2 or 3 mortgage payments. So we need to know in 2025, it's a different environment. It's not COVID anymore. We're not seeing 5 offers on the first weekend. But are people still selling their houses and getting what they need to move on in the next stage of their life? Absolutely. So if you like this information, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to comment below. If you want more information, put in Sell Smart. If you want other videos helping you sell your property, make sure to put that in the comments. And until next time, stay smart.